A man invited as a guest speaker in a government school in Chennai publicly humiliates and mocks a visually impaired teacher. In Krishnagiri district, several girls are sexually abused at fake NCC training camps. Another schoolgirl in Coimbatore is sexually harassed by an external resource person. What is happening in Tamil Nadu's educational campuses? Vanakkam, this is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. Over the past month, a series of disturbing events have taken place in educational institutions in different parts of Tamil Nadu. This has happened in both government and private institutions. Some of these events or incidents are criminal in nature that have left the victims scarred mentally and emotionally. In the latest incident, Mahavishnu, who was invited to deliver motivational talks to students at two government schools, ended up preaching irrational thoughts. While addressing students of the government school in Sadapet, Mahavishnu sought to explain or convince the students that their present life is based on past actions in the previous life. So essentially, he was trying to tell these students that if they had a physical disability or if they were born poor, it all had to do with the past sins in the previous life. At this point, Shankar, a visually impaired teacher, confronted Mahavishnu and questioned why he was trying to promote something that was unscientific. Mahavishnu, however, ended up humiliating the teacher in front of his students. In fact, he tried to turn the assembled students against the teacher. As a video of this incident went viral, it triggered widespread outrage across Tamil Nadu. People questioned how could someone dare to enter a government school campus and humiliate and insult a teacher in the presence of students. Now, who is this Mahavishnu? As a teenager, he has started off as a stand-up comedian appearing in television channels. A few years ago, he had established the Parampurul Foundation, essentially a spiritual organization, but that also deals with products that promise magical remedies and cures for several health disorders. Mahavishnu has since been arrested under various sections of the law, including the Disabilities Act. The government had taken a very serious view of this incident. School Education Minister Anbil Mahesh Poyamoli publicly felicitated Shankar and stood by him. He questioned how dare that Mahavishnu would enter one of his own campuses and insult a teacher. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, who is in the US on a very prolonged official visit, said that he had ordered for formulating of guidelines to streamline various events that are held in campuses across Tamil Nadu. He said these guidelines should aim to impart scientific temper among students and promote rational thoughts in them. What, however, remains a mystery is how did two government schools invite a person like Mahavishnu to interact with the students on the same day? It appears that a blame game is on. The school principals have been transferred, but they blamed the school management committee for inviting Mahavishnu. Representatives of the school management committee have denied this, but there are no clear answers as yet as to how Mahavishnu was invited. But this is just one incident. Last month, Tamil Nadu was rocked by an allegation by a student of a school in Krishnagiri who complained that she was sexually harassed at a NCC training camp conducted on the campus. In fact, after she complained, her own teachers and the principal tried to cover it up, asking the girl to keep quiet about it until the training camp was over. Eventually, when a police case was registered and the trainer was arrested, it came to light that this was a fake NCC camp. The trainer, Shivaraman, who has since died by suicide, was not a competent NCC trainer at all. In fact, he was a political party functionary. The NCC clarified that the school in question was not registered with it at all. And now it has emerged that there were other schools in Krishnagiri district which had organized similar fake NCC training camps that were conducted by Shivaraman, and their complaints that other girls have also been sexually abused by this person as well as his accomplices. In this case, the Chief Minister ordered for the constitution of a special investigation team headed by a senior IPS officer. Besides, he has also constituted a multidisciplinary team to come up with recommendations to ensure that such incidents don't occur in the future on campuses. There have been quite a few such incidents in quick succession. In Coimbatore, a government school girl was sexually harassed by an external resource person who belongs to a well-known not-for-profit institution. This person was engaged by the school to offer skills to the students. Similarly, in Valparai, in a government college, the girls have complained of being sexually harassed by 4 persons. These included 3 temporary staff and 1 external resource person who was engaged to impart certain skills to the students under a government scheme. It is not as if all these incidents are taking place just now in recent times. In the past too, Tamil Nadu has encountered similar instances. There have been incidents where colleges and schools have invited spiritually inclined or religiously inclined persons to interact with their students. Likewise, they also engaged persons who are incompetent to deliver skill training for students. In one of the most controversial incidents, senior IAS officer Uma Shankar, who has declared that he is a Christian by faith but legally a Hindu, was invited to campuses to deliver motivational talks to students. At one such event, where he was to speak on the topic the formula for success in career and life, he told the students that Jesus is the only formula for success. He told the students that he was there to introduce Jesus as a supernatural friend, a friend who was known to deliver supernatural miracles, and it was up to the students to hold his hand and get success in life. Eventually, the Tamil Nadu government had issued notice to Uma Shankar asking him to stop preaching religiously in institutions and said that he was violating the All India Civil Service Conduct Rules. 6 years ago, a college girl in Coimbatore died after she was pushed off from the 2nd floor by a trainer who claimed to represent the NDMA, the National Disaster Management Authority. This trainer was engaged by the institution to offer disaster preparedness skill for students. But eventually it emerged that the NDMA had not authorized anyone to conduct such skill training. In all these instances, it's very clear that heads of schools and colleges or correspondents and principals had taken the claims of people at face value. They had failed to recognize whether the person whom they are engaging as resource persons for delivering extracurricular skills to students were indeed competent and qualified. It's obvious that in some cases they have been taken in by the claims of these persons who also produce photographs of them posing with very prominent personalities. In the case of Mahavishnu, he has photos in the company of several ministers in Tamil Nadu, including that of the school education minister. The minister, of course, has clarified that he poses for photos with different people, but that does not mean that he necessarily endorses their actions. So all this clearly called for the government to intervene, train the school correspondents, college principals on what kind of people to invite to the campuses to interact with students. There are needs for clear guidelines. What the government does is, every time such an incident occurs, they immediately offer a piecemeal solution, but that will not work. The government has to formulate very comprehensive guidelines and ensure that school heads are trained to follow these guidelines. And when they fail to follow, strict action must be taken against them. Unless this is done, it's difficult to save our students from sexual predators and incompetent persons who peddle off-truth as successful formulas. On that note, this is D. Suresh Kumar signing off. I shall meet you in another video. Thank you.